Welcome to Shalom World Podcast.
WYD2023. Dive into the heart of the action, the faith, and the adventure. We bring the ultimate backstage pass to World Youth Day Lisbon 2023. Join us as we bring you exclusive interviews, thrilling updates, and unforgettable moments.
Hey guys, I'm here with Dario Mobini, editor-in-chief from WYD2023.com. Dario, when did World Youth Day first come into your life?
The first time I attended World Youth Day was in 1997 in Paris as a pilgrim. And then in 2000, I became a journalist covering the events. And so a little bit after 2004, I started thinking, well, maybe this can grow bigger. And this is what I started doing with media work. And starting in 2005 in Cologne, I was a freelance journalist. And then this opportunity came in 2008 to join WYD2023.com's team to promote and help people understand the significance of World Youth Day. So from 2008 all the way to now, here we are in Lisbon in 2023, I've been involved with WYD2023.com. So this is my 9th World Youth Day. It's very exciting. I love the encounters that people have coming to this event because they encounter the person of Jesus Christ, not only in each other, but in the bishops, with the Pope, and most importantly, with the opportunity of this encounter, it's also an opportunity to send people out in mission. So for me, I've always been inspired by that. And so what we decided to do in my apostolate with WYD2023.com has been to take this idea of mission and bring it to the rest of the world so people can see the joy that World Youth Day provides to a young person who is seeking meaning and purpose in their lives.
So this is the 17th World Youth Day. It has happened in so many different countries. When people search World Youth Day, this is your website. It's the first thing that happens. It's a great responsibility. What do you wish people take from it? What do you think it helps people? What is your goal with the website?
Yeah, so the whole point of the website was to help people, first off, find a meeting place. Because what's going to happen after this World Youth Day ends, the Lisbon website will disappear. No one's going to take care of it. So where's the content go? Where's the stories go? Where's the emotional connection to this amazing event go? This is why we have this so-called archival website, right? That we will take their stories, take their the mission, take the speeches, take the videos, and provide them in a central located place where they can experience not only this World Youth Day, but make the connections to all the other ones. If you've seen the themes of the World Youth Day, they all connect. And they all have a purpose to it, to send people out on a mission, to transform the world. So what we want to do at WYD2023.com is to provide that spirit of connection, but also to engage, to prepare, and to send out, right? So that's one of the reasons why, if you look at our website, it's tons of content. And we're constantly adding content because every time there's a new World Youth Day, or anytime there's something new coming from the Holy Father on youth, we want to provide that place of central location where you can go and visit and be inspired to continue on that mission that we're called to be as living witnesses of the gospel. But no, I mean, it's funny the way it works. I mean, the sense of humor that our website becomes first. We're not replacing the local organizing committee's website. We're here only to help connect the bigger picture of all the World Youth Days. So not just Lisbon, not just Madrid, or not just Rio or Krakow or Panama, but all of them. Going back all the way to St. John Paul II's letter of Delecti Amici, to our Holy Father Pope Francis's letter Evangelium Gaudium. We want young people to find a place that will always be there, and that's what WYD2023.com is. And my hope is that people will find it as a source of inspiration, because eventually the Lisboa2023.pt website will disappear. And then we will be preparing ourselves for the new website, right? That will eventually be launched very soon when we hear the announcement of the next World Youth Day that will be held much later. But something will remain. And that something that will remain is at the service of the dicastery for the family, laity, and life. And it's at the service of the whole church. It's not my organization. It's for the church. And that's why we did what we did, right?
So tell me, what do you think it's the future of World Youth Day, and with that, the future of WYD2023.com?
Yeah. Well, World Youth Day is always going to be present, because it's this encounter with Christ that the church wants our young people to see and embrace and to experience, so they can go out and be living missionary disciples. Pope Francis in 2013 has called young people to be the missionary disciples of the church. Back in 2001, it was St. John Paul II in Novo Millennium Minuente who said, shout the gospels from the rooftops, right? Be living examples and witnesses of the faith. So how can we do that? Well, World Youth Day is a means to an end, right? The website is a means to an end. We want to equip with knowledge, with experiences, with stories to inspire, but that's all we're going to do. We can't change the world alone. Everyone is equipped to transform the world. We need each other. And this is why World Youth Day is such a beautiful event, because it's a community of the church coming together. So together we can do this mission. And I think it's very important that we remember this, especially now post-COVID, right? That we are living in a time where solitude, isolation has devastated the young church. And here we are reviving the young church. And that's all World Youth Day WorldYouthDay.com wants to do, is help that purpose, that mission. We're here like I said earlier, right? We're here at the service of the Holy Father to help revive the young church. It's not that they're dead. It's that right now that we're stagnant. We're waiting idle. It's like, imagine like a car who has a stick shift and we're just waiting for us to put ourselves in shift, right? So let's put ourselves in shift. This World Youth Day will put us in shift. And then we have to move, right? And when we move, we have to change shift. We can't stay in the same shift. We have to move to second, to third, to fourth, to fifth, to sixth gear. And then we can cruise, right? But I'll echo what Pope Benedict XVI said in Madrid, right? You're not called for comfort. You're called for greatness. And that's what World Youth Day will equip these young people to do. And I just want nothing more than to have every young person who is here to experience the person of Jesus Christ and to be able to broadcast that to the rest of the world. Because the world needs to know that they don't come here because it's Lisbon. They don't come here because they see the Pope. They don't come here because it's a music or it's a festival. They come to encounter Jesus Christ. And it is him who will transform the lives of all the people that are here. And it is him that we want the rest of the world to know. And it is a big task, but you know what? We're not alone.
So tell me, how does the WorldYouthDay.com help the committees in the countries that are receiving the World Youth Day?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we come to the local place where they're hosting the World Youth Day 2 years or 3 years before the event. So imagine just as when Lisbon was announced in January of 2019, we were already here in March of 2019 introducing ourselves, saying, hey, we're WorldYouthDay.com. We're here to serve you. We have expertise in so many World Youth Days, and we want you to know that we're here to help. And I remember Bishop Americo. He was only Father Americo at the time. He wasn't made bishop yet, before he was made auxiliary bishop, right? And he said to us, don't tell us what to do. Tell us what not to do. And so we said, okay, that's fine. We can do that because it's easy. We've been to so many World Youth Days. We've seen what not to do because of our experiences with it. So we provided a so-called a list. See, because every World Youth Day gets a binder, right, from the previous organizing committee. And that binder sometimes gets put on the mantle and that binder is forgotten. And no one goes back to it because they say, we're Portugal. We can do this ourselves. We don't need the information that we got from the previous World Youth Day. But we don't come saying, you need to do this, you need to do this. We come and saying, how can we help? I remember one of the conversations we had with one of the financial officers is like, can you help us get sponsors? Yes. So we helped them get a sponsor. And they got a big sponsor to help for the water bottles. Can you help us with names of people, connections? Absolutely. We're here for you. And I remember having conversations with the COL, which is the name for the local organizing committee. They know our face. They know our names. I have spent maybe my six trips just spending time with them, being a presence for them, because they need to be ministered to. They need to know that they're not alone in their work. Granted, there's a great team there, but we want to be there to spiritually support, physically support. We can't always financially support, but we want to be there to support them in their journey. So that we've done that in many different ways for them, by giving them suggestions, giving them ideas, providing them feedback. And then sometimes the discussion, that dialogue builds friendships. We still keep in touch with people from Krakow. We still keep in touch with people from Rio. These are friends that we've built up throughout the years, and they come on our show. And some things that we've done on WorldYouthDay.com with our podcast is we brought in people who have been to other World Youth Days to share their thoughts, because we want people to know that every World Youth Day, yes, there are challenges, but it's not that it's a new challenge. It's a challenge that we've seen before. And there's other people who've experienced this challenge, and they're experts at this. And let's hear it from them too. And some of them have come back to help us out as well in building continuous relationships for the future. As far as what I've seen from our work in light of like post work. Let's just say, for example, like the story of a young boy who broke the barricade in Brazil and hugged the Holy Father. Like most of the media said, look at bad security, horrible. You know, a boy breaks the barricades, goes to the Holy Father, hugs him. And granted, the Holy Father was very generous enough to hug him. But this is a terrible for in light of Brazil, they didn't care for the security measures. What about the boy's story? Ignored altogether, right? Well, we followed this boy's story and found out that he ended up entering in to the seminary and now is a couple years away from the priesthood. Stories like this we want to highlight. Stories like those young people who have experienced a World Youth Day, and whether they did it in person or whether they've seen highlights of it, these are the stories we get sometimes, and these are the stories we want to highlight. And that's what we do with the website. I mean, I don't want to talk about someone who spent $5,000 on coming to this trip. Oh, you know, we stayed in 5-star hotels. We were Ubered everywhere. I'm sure there are people like that. But then I want the stories how Christ has changed your life. Like, how has Christ changed your life at the World Youth Day? We take those stories and we take them into a platform where the rest of the world can see them, where we have audiences from all over the English-speaking world, that we want them to see that you can too have this encounter. But come here. And you know, the sacrifices of coming here can be transformative. How many vocations have come from World Youth Days? How many marriages have come from World Youth Days? I've seen couples get engaged at World Youth Day. I've seen young people commit their lives to the priesthood at World Youth Day. That inspires me to keep doing the work I do, because those stories need to be told. Those are the stories I want to collect. When we talk about a synodal church, that everybody has a story and everybody has an input, those are the stories I want to put on a pedestal. And if our website becomes the means for those stories to inspire others, then so be it, right? Because in the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about Christ, right? It's about how Christ can be brought to the lives of people. And if I'm helping a little bit, great. If I'm in the way, then I put myself out of the way, right?
Thank you, Dario, for your time and your work. This was Dario Mobini from worldyouthday.com. I'm Teresa Vieira.
Thank you for joining us today. Tuned into Shalom World Podcast for this extraordinary event that celebrates faith, love, and unity.